So, last time I showed you guys a admittedly pretty terrible zombie movie, and I feel bad for that. So I decided to make it up to you guys by introducing you to an actual good zombie movie. Now, would you believe me if I told you that director Peter Jackson from King Kong and Lord of the Rings fame made a zombie movie? Well, he did. I give to you Braindead. I mean, Dead Alive. Now, did you know that the reason I messed up that line and then kept it in is because that the actual alternate title for this movie is actually Braindead? I kept it in on purpose! Got you! But seriously, this movie was made in New Zealand in 1992 and is Peter Jackson's second film. Its original title is Braindead, but for some reason when they brought it over here in America, they changed it to Dead Alive. I don't know, but I do know that it is known as one of the goriest films ever made.
See? It says so right on the box. Right there.
But, is it really the goriest? Well, that's what I'm going to determine today. So let's take a look at Dead Alive. We start our journey on Skull Island, 1957. Wait, Skull Island? Like, the same island that King Kong is from? Wait a minute. Peter Jackson directed this movie, and 13 years later, he directed the King Kong remake. So does that mean these movies exist in the same universe? Zombies in Kong Skull Island confirmed. Here we see that some explorers are on this island to find a legendary creature, the rat monkey.
Says the rat monkey must be set free. Says we must leave this valley and never return, or the evil spirits will exact their revenge.
We learn that the rat monkey is evil, I guess, because once it bites you, you have the curse.
Got the bite. There's some detail in the Jeep. Oh, jeez, no! No! What are you doing? Gaia! Oh, shit! Gaia!
After the opening credits, we meet this little Latin number, Paquita, who is out there just trying to find her true love.
Hi, Paquita.
Good morning, Roger.
That's a pretty dress, Paquita. See you later, alligator.
Well, creepy grandma here decides to help by showing her that she will recognize her true love by this symbol.
The symbol of the star and of the moon.
Here we meet our hero for the next hour, Lionel, who is just a great piece of work.
Just dropping off our order. Mum says to pack the biscuits on top because she doesn't want any broken. Actually, I'll take one of these now.
Somehow, Lionel's awkwardness and clumsiness accidentally scores him some love. After Paquita being as creepy as her grandma, we meet our last important character, Lionel's mother, who is just your average evil mother.
There's a beetle.
Hey?
There, under the fridge. Horrid little creature scuttled right in front of me. I thought I told you to spray this house. The place is infested with vermin.
I'll get onto it straight away, Mum.
We get possible foreshadow when Paquita stops by with her dog and tricks Lionel into asking her on a date.
You like my dog? It's very big, yes?
Any bigger and he'd belong in a zoo.
Zoo, pardon?
Zoo, you know, animals, cages.
Ah, claro. I like to go with zoo. I go with the zoo.
Oh, no, no, no. You want to go to the zoo?
Yes, please.
Lionel sneaks off on his date and they share some good times at the zoo. They check out the monkeys next and Paquita decides to steal a kiss. Now, this movie doesn't mess around, because we are only 15 minutes in and we finally get to see what the rat monkey looks like. And of course, get some more gore. After we see Mom doing a little snooping, a little accident happens with the rat monkey. Later that night, while Lionel is getting some action, Mom goes through some fusion! The next morning, Lionel notices that his mom and her arm aren't looking so good. The president of the WLWL shows up and Mom has a little accident while getting ready for lunch.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Use glue. That fixes everything.
Careful, it'll stick on crooked.
Lunch goes fine with no problems at all.
Damn fine custard.
Paquita shows up, for no reason, with her dog and attacks Mom. Oh no!
Fernando! Oh, Fernando! Your mother ate my dog!
Man, talk about a hairball, am I right? Wait, that's cats. Nurse stopped by and Mom dies. Or does she? After a pretty comical fight, Lionel locks Nurse and Mom up in the basement. Lionel now decides that the best way to subdue the zombies is with sedatives, and now comes the strangest scene in the whole movie. Lionel goes to this vet, who is very strange, asks for sedatives, but gets tranquilizers, and then it's revealed that this guy is a Nazi. So this character is never seen or heard from again, and this reveal is never explained or even recognized. So I think it's just supposed to be a joke about the way he acts, but I don't know. Lionel puts the zombies to sleep and goes to see Paquita's creepy grandma for some answers. Mom awakens, breaks out, and gets hit by a car and bursts through the shop window. Oh my god! Mom goes to sleep again and she's finally dead, because now we go to her funeral. Or is she? Now we meet Uncle Herpes, who is by far the worst character in this movie. He is nothing but pure evil, kind of like his sister. Alternatively, we meet the best character in the whole movie, Father Priest. We'll find out why he's the best in a second. One gross and comical funeral scene later, we meet Lionel in the cemetery. I have a couple questions. Now, I know it's hard for anyone to kill their own mom, even if she was mean to you or a zombie, but can't you just leave her alone at this point? I mean, if she comes back alive, won't the police or the military come and take care of her? You don't have to worry about that anymore, bro. And don't you have another zombie that's probably awake and roaming around your house right now? Better take care of that one. In the cemetery, some wild thugs appear and mess with Lionel. But after peeing on his mom, he realizes that was a grave decision. Mom starts attacking and Father Priest comes to the rescue.
I kick ass for the Lord!
Kung Fu Priest puts up a pretty good fight, but it looks like his heart just wasn't in it. Lionel gives all the zombies, old and new, a nice dinner until Father Priest and Nurse give each other the look. To make matters worse, Uncle Herpes shows up for a nice chat with his nephew. The zombies start getting it on, and lucky for us, we only hear it and not witness it firsthand.
Family matter. What the hell was that?
Next thing we know, there's a new zombie to add to the collection. This next part is totally pointless to the whole story. It doesn't add anything, but I will say it's one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. Lionel, for absolutely no reason at all, takes the new zombie baby to the park to bond with it, I guess. I don't know, it makes no sense, but man, is it hilarious. Especially the end where he beats the baby while these old ladies watch. Huh, I guess there was a reason for that scene, because while Lionel was away, Uncle Herpes found the stiffs and blackmails Lionel into giving him the house. As Lionel breaks his last jug of tranquilizer, the classic cartoon way, Uncle Herpes starts a party at his new estate. Paquita shows up, gets harassed a little, hides in the basement, and finally learns Lionel's secret. Paquita convinces him to finally kill the zombies.
Don't know how to stop it.
You must destroy them.
I can't. Not Mum.
That thing is not your mother.
With poison, because that's really gonna work. They bury them and it's all over. Or is it? Now that it's all over, Lionel's finally happy, but of course that is ruined when he and his uncle get into a fight, and Uncle Herpes locks him in the basement. The big reveal happens, and we learn that they didn't use poison to kill the zombies. They used animal stimulant. Just go with it. The zombies jump out, appearing stronger than ever before. And at this point, we have about 20 minutes left in the film, and the finale is about to go down. Now, you're probably going to hate me for this, but that's all I'm going to talk about for this movie. I know. It's just that the finale is by far the best part of the entire movie. It has the most action, blood, gore, and most fun overall. And I really don't want to spoil anything for you because it's so amazing. Well, that was Dead Alive. And what did I think of it? Oh, come on, you already know the answer. I freaking love this movie. It's a movie that knows it's silly and ridiculous, so it keeps it that way, being so charming, lovable, funny, and gross all at the same time. It's a horror comedy, but it's never really that scary because of all the jokes and how over-the-top and silly it is. It knows it's supposed to be an over-the-top, gross-out gore fest, and this movie wears that as a badge of honor. Is this the goriest film of all time, though? Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is lots of blood and gore, but most of the time it's too silly to take seriously. Plus, this movie came out around 25 years ago. There's been plenty of gross and disturbing movies that have come out. I mean, heck, the Evil Dead series came out before this movie, and it's known to be pretty gory. I showed this movie to my friend Kendall, and he had these things to say. Wild. It's cool, you know. Not the goriest. And when I asked him if he would recommend this, he said, yes, actually, on a stony baloney night. Whatever that means. And me? Of course, I highly recommend this movie with no hesitation. I mean, I skipped a lot of the good scenes and even the amazing climax, so of course, you should definitely see this movie. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time for a reason. Well, that's all I have for you today, guys. I am the Taped Thumb. Happy film hunting, and see you guys on the next review.